2005 Mitsubishi model CS1352 13-inch color TV. As is, pretty clean, just needs, I'm gonna do my usual. It even has a main physical power on-off switch, vertical hold, color, tint, sharpness, brightness, contrast, and a programmable tuner. Earphone jack. Has a pretty nice large speaker for a 13-inch set. Sounds really good too. And the tuning controls. Now, nothing wrong with it. I'm just going to give it a tune-up. Color's good. I'm going to tweak the grayscale. What I do notice is a little bit of misconvergence right there. A little bit off the side. It might not be fixable, but you see in the center it's perfect. You do that with the rings on the CRT neck. The same as purity and convergence, but the outer portions are done by adjusting the position of the yoke. That's oftentimes what you see those rubber wedges are for. So I'm gonna see if I can correct it by tilting the yoke a little bit. If not, it's as good as it can get. In fact, it has woken up quite a bit. Where's brightness? This is in the center. Yeah, see, I left this thing run for a while. Now the background is actually lit up a little bit of on a blank raster. And geometry's pretty good, though that's sitting a little too far to the right. I'm gonna see if there's a horizontal centering adjustment for this. Yeah, that linearity is good. Of course, by then, yeah, it's the 80s. They kind of perfected that. So, I'll turn it off. This also has Mitsubishi's famous blue picture tube. It might not be showing up on camera that well, but it is a blue tinted tube. Here's the back of the TV. Also rather fully featured, and also some things unique, like the UHF loop antenna is permanently attached. And there's your twin leads. Dipole VHF, twin leads. There's your jumper for 75 ohm. There's the manufacturer date. No adjustments from the rear, but we're going to take it apart and do some tweaking to some things and at least get a good look at what's inside. But otherwise, it's 100%. So here's the first look at the inside. Very loose dirt, easily blown off of the air compressor. Oval speaker. So the first thing I want to do is to blow this out. And here it is with just simply taking the air compressor to it. It cleaned up real nice. Another thing I may do, I'm gonna probably pull the LED display off and clean in behind it before I'm done. But this is the horizontal, other one's probably vertical, or a regulator. Omron relay. Alright, there we go. There's the two vertical output ICs right here. And so one is probably horizontal output, the other one's probably a regulator for power supply, because that's where the power comes in at. Yeah, that's it. The one on the right is your voltage regulator, and this one here is your hot. Date code on the speaker. I guess that would be 1984-32. I can't tell if that's an S or an A at the beginning, but either way, it lines up with the date of this TV. Alright, just slightly pulling the chassis out of the TV so I can deoxit these controls, which are scratchy. Only thing I am going to change is this purple Mitsubishi cap. Could be good, could be bad, but those are ticking time bombs, as we all know. I don't want it to spill its guts all over the board. But that's the only one I see in here. The rest are Nichicons. And those are good caps. There are some, the M cap right there. That bipolar one, that's also Matchusta, but I think it's typically just the purple ones that always fail. That said, so change that, clean that. Let's see, what control is this right here? I'll have to look that up. Vertical size, vertical height. And that's probably RFAGC right there. Let's see what other adjustments we have. RGB cutoff, the drives. We are going to do grayscale setup because even if grayscale looks good, you gotta redo it, and usually you're going to end up touching your screen G2 adjustment, and that'll improve the picture quality, make it sharper. Alright, I just deoxidated all the controls here. I'm going to clean those the knobs off before I reinstall it. Underneath, looks like the only toasty area was where the vertical output transistors are. And as you can see, I need to touch up the solder joints there. They're getting ready to fail. But other than that little area there, everything else looks to be in good shape underneath, which is good. All right, so all of the solder joints have been touched up, and that new capacitor right here has been installed. Okay, we are almost done with reassembly. I just wiped everything down with a wipe. There's that. I just want to clean behind that lens because usually those get hazy, even though it didn't look that bad. But the keypad, everything's fine on. I'm not going to bother with. There's that new electrolytic I installed. Yeah, that's why it produces so much heat and looking burnt on the bottom. Doesn't hurt anything. Just check your solder joints like I did, and you'll be good to go. That's
probably close, 95%.
Maybe I got the heaters clean. No G1 shorts. No heater cathodes. Let's see what we got.
I can imagine. Yeah, my friend from back home had a Husky, and he would, I'd be like, hey Sykes, and he'd come up and I'd pet his head and his tail would be wagging, and he'd go, like with his tail. That was my experience with Husky farts.
Well, let's see what's going on there.
I still don't understand much about them, but I'm trying.
It's damn near 100%. Yeah, forgive if there's any weird angles in here. I have very little room to work with, but I'm going to do grayscale and everything on this real quick. I don't know if this thing turns off the color or anything, but what we'll do first, we'll just turn the color down. I mean, I know grayscale looks pretty good, but I'm going to set up the G2 screen. Let's see. Turn the contrast down, brightness down. All right, I'm going to flick it over. And right now I should have a dim line. Yeah, see, it's not correct. It's bluish. We're gonna fix that. First, let's try this. Turn
Northwest of Pittsburgh.
on. Since I don't have a service manual, I had to experiment, see how you want to do it. It all depends on the TV manufacturer. Looks like this TV here, you put the user brightness control in the center, but leave everything else at minimum. All right. Now I'll just put a raster on. Not that it matters, because when I kick it over, it's going to blank it anyways. But you can see green is the dominant color. And then I adjust this is the G2, your screen. Now I know you set this up and then you do your, so just get it very, ever so slightly lit up. Okay. Okay, there's red. Try to get it to be amber in color. It's right about there. Now we're going to adjust the blue. I'm going to try to get a white line. Which is right about there. Okay, flick the service switch back. And now let's see what we get for a background color. That looks perfectly airy. Beautiful.
Okay, now I'm
So now instead of the background looking bluish, it's a perfectly neutral gray. Is what you're supposed to get. This TV gets really good audio. MacGyver, saving a McMansion community, one paperclip at a time. So now it's time to, and now we're gonna reassemble and clean up. And here's the TV all finished. As you can see, the tube has a bluish tint. It's not branded as an MGA, it's branded as Mitsubishi Electric. Separate division than Mitsubishi Motors, of course. Interesting, they call it the sharpness control picture. Interesting about the tuner. Well, here's the thing. Auto manual is actually your automatic fine tuning. And, oh, you can go lower, there we go. Cable TV, regular TV. This does not have non-volatile memory for the tuner. According to the manual, this has a 6-hour memory backup when the power is off. And that's how it keeps memory on that. And there is a main power switch right there. Nice large oval speaker, kind of rare to see in a 13-inch television. Full keypad, channel up and down, mute, volume, power, LED. Earphone jack. And here's the back of the TV, all polished up with the antennas as well. Nice and shiny, all intact. Carry handle. VHF and UHF twin lead. VHF 75 ohm in. Manufacturer date January 1985. But this is unique. I've never seen a TV with the UHF on a holder on the back of the TV, and the twin lead runs over to it. So yeah, that's a first there. No serviceman adjustment controls from the rear. And it actually came with all of the paperwork. Edit that. So the tuner on this for cable TV is 1 through 64 and 95 through 99. Okay, quick view is like a recall button or review or whatever each TV manufacturer may call it. There it is, about the reserve power supply for a minimum of 6 hours. So it's just a super capacitor that does it. And it appears to be working just fine. Important safeguards. The warranty information card. Mitsubishi color television or color monitor, 17-inch or smaller, limited warranty. But here's the oddest part of the paperwork. The TV actually includes the full schematics for servicing. That's just so odd. You just don't see that. I know some General Electric TVs would keep the service literature in a little box that was screwed onto the back cover of the TV. It does have waveforms, transistors. And then the back side has the tuning or the keyboard and LED indicator, channel indicator schematics. But as I said, the odd thing is it includes the full schematics for this, but it doesn't tell you how to adjust certain adjustments. And I say that, well, you know, you can simply figure it out. Some things do vary manufacturer to manufacturer, such as doing grayscale. Some manufacturers, you set all the background or bias, whatever controls they call it, to minimum, and then you turn the G2 screen control to produce a line, and then basically only 2 of the controls get adjusted, while 1 remains on minimum. Some manufacturers, you leave the bias controls in the middle, in the center of the travel, and adjust your screen control from there. And you leave them all 3 in the middle, adjust screen control, then go back and adjust your RGB, usually only 2 of them, to get the proper grayscale. And sometimes you have a black level brightness, sub brightness. Sometimes some manufacturers, you set it by a voltage value. Some just tell you just to look at the picture and adjust it accordingly. So this one, I just had to observe how everything was set from the factory. In this case, the green control was set to minimum, and so left that alone, turned red and blue down. That's what made it a little tricky, was the brightness control had to be left in the center, even though you had the service switch on. So turn contrast down, color down, brightness, leave it in the center. And it only needed the screen control turned up ever so slightly. And then, you know, green was already at minimum, so I turned up red and blue. Blue seems to be driven the strongest in this set. All right. Has a very bright CRT, contrast control in the center, and goes up even brighter. Having the blue tinted tube does give it a unique look. This has like a bluish tint overall, like if you were to adjust the drives to give it a bluish, you know, color temperature. Even though I set them, actually I didn't even touch them, but they're in the center. But it gives it like a unique contrast, let's just say that, because it's tinted. Instead of it being a standard gray, black tinted tube, you know. Now, the audio on this is fantastic. Probably the best 13-inch TV I've heard.
Tonight at 6/5 Central, right here on Heroes and Icons.
You want fries with that?
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. Try them today, only at Wendy's.
What a pain in the
Alice?
If it's let's wrap this up season, it's Walgreens season. Son of a
Beth?
If it's I thought we said no gifts season, it's Walgreens season. Nicorette knows quitting smoking is freaking hard.
You get advice like
It's not Christmas, it's spend money season. That's all it is. Yeah, we don't buy anything for Christmas. We have our own standards. I do not subscribe to that spend money corporate bullshit. I don't even watch this. I have it hooked up to the tuner right there, but despite that, I don't even watch TV. Everything I got's on media I own, so I have full control over it. Most TV is nothing but commercials. It's ass. But yeah, you can see how great this picture is on this set. It's a really good set. And like I said, the audio is fantastic. It's the best, probably the best 13-inch set I've heard.
Only for Pizza Hut.
Money is power. So with Boost Mobile, we help you find ways to keep more of it. Get 3 unlimited data
I can
lines
just
for
picture
$30
this
a month
back
each
in the
with a free
80s
5G phone when you switch.
as a bedroom
All on one of
TV.
America's largest 5G networks. More power to save. Boost Mobile.
You want to stay warm when you're feeling cold, but heating the whole house is so expensive.
No, it's
And
not.
why do bulky space heaters clutter up your floor? Now you can just plug in and warm
what
up with
the-
Handy Heater Turbo Heat, the new compact and cord-free space heater that's small in size but big on heat. Just plug in and 800 watts of power instantly
800?
circulates warm, soothing air,
Weak.
heating any room up to 250 square feet. Best of all,
Small.
you can adjust the thermostat to your exact comfort zone. Go from chilly and cold to warm and
see,
toasty with ease.
this is the
Look,
problem
this
with
room was a
society
chilly
today.
63 degrees, but with turbo
Okay,
heat, it's now a
they're
warm,
trying to save
comfortable 72.
small watts, like
Amazing.
1 or
Turbo
2
heat
watts
is
here and
whisper
there
quiet and runs on
over their
just
Energy
pennies a
Star
day.
bullshit.
Perfect while reading,
But yet,
watching
even though this
TV,
thing's
or
800
getting a
watts, which is
warm and
weak,
cozy
that's
night's
still,
sleep.
they want you to
Space
buy
heaters
these
are big and
heaters
take up a lot of
that are
space.
totally
So we
unnecessary.
designed our revolutionary micro ceramic technology combined with high
Shit,
velocity
we got a
airflow.
ceramic heater from the
Together, it
20s.
sends incredible heat throughout the entire room.
Looks like,
no more clunky
what
heaters
is it?
or
A,
messy wires. Turbo heat plugs right into the
I forget
wall
what it's
and
called. We
takes
stuck
up
the
no
video on
space
it,
at
but yes.
all. Plus, it removes wires off your floors and countertops. Now
Oh,
easily
stupid
warm up the office,
dildo
dorm room,
vax.
RV, and more. Bulky heaters can cost
Tell I'm a bit
$100 or
jaded.
more. But act now and get Handy Heater Turbo Heat for just $29.99. For more heat, we'll send you a second one free. Just pay a separate fee. We'll even
Also,
ship it
how
for
long have we
free.
been? I've been
That's
recording
2
for
for
5
one
minutes
low
now,
price. Stop shivering
and there's still
and warm
commercials
up with
going.
Turbo Heat. Order now.
To order, call 1-877-447-5443
Turbo heat. That's only 800
or go
watts.
online to buyturboheat.com. Call 1-877-447-5453 or go online to buyturboheat.com.
And it
Order
lasts only 1 season. And so there you have it, the 1985 Mitsubishi model CS1352. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe.